My name is Jane Creighton, and I'm the founder of iSTEMart, based in Laramie, Wyoming. iSTEMart provides NDAA-compliant geospatial and immersive imaging services for cultural heritage, art museums, and research institutions. Our work spans archaeological landscapes, museum collections, public art, and large-scale cultural assets from small artifacts to architectural spaces and environmental sites. We specialize in capturing high-resolution spatial data and translating it into research-grade models, immersive experiences, and long-term digital preservation assets. In archaeology and cultural heritage work, access is often brief, sometimes a single field season, sometimes a single visit or day. For many sites and artifacts, that first documentation may also be the last time a researcher ever has physical access, especially once materials enter museum collections or sites become restricted. Additionally, the biggest problem as of December 2025, new NDAA compliance requirements have gone into effect, which immediately restrict the use of many commonly deployed drone platforms in federally funded research. This means that tools research relied on just months ago are no longer allowed on NSF or federally funded university or government-supported projects. Combined with the high cost of LiDAR and advanced imaging systems, many teams are now unable to move forward, not because the research isn't ready, but because the technology is no longer compliant. iSTEMart provides compliant, field-ready digital capture that researchers can rely on long after the fieldwork ends. We deliver NDAA-compliant drone-based photogrammetry and LiDAR suitable for dense environments like jungle archaeology and immersive outputs, including 360 video, full dome projection mapping, and AR/VR XR. The goal isn't just visuals. It's creating reusable, defensible digital archives that support research, education, museums, and public education for decades. This work is urgent, and the timing matters to solve this problem. NDAA compliance requirements went into effect this December of 2025, and institutions are actively adjusting procurement and research policies in response. Universities, museums, and public agencies funded by federal dollars must now use NDAA compliant systems, which has grounded many existing drone fleets overnight. Projects are being delayed or restructured, not due to a lack of need or expertise, but because compliant tools are not yet in place. iSTEMart is positioned to respond immediately with compliant technology, field-tested workflows, and academic experience already in motion. Our technology stack is built end-to-end. In the field, that means NDAA-compliant drone platforms, LiDAR capable of penetrating heavy vegetation, high-resolution photogrammetry, and immersive media capture. On the processing side, we handle photogrammetry and LiDAR processing, GIS and spatial analysis, and immersive visualization, including full dome and projection mapping. The final desirables and deliverables are research-grade datasets, not just visuals, designed to stand up to academic, institutional, and museum standards. Our primary customers are universities and NSF-funded researchers, museums, and cultural institutions, tribal historic preservation offices, public agencies, and artists working at a civil scale. This is a compliance-driven market with high technical barriers to entry. Demand for digital preservation is growing rapidly, and this work can be executed nationally while being based in Wyoming, bringing specialized, high-skill services into the state. To date, iSTEMart has generated just over $19,000 in early revenue through archaeological imaging services, paid art proposal work, and project-based creative engagements. All revenue has been reinvested directly into the business, including a high-performance processing workstation capable of handling photogrammetry, LiDAR, and immersive media workflows. More importantly, iSTEMart is built on long-standing academic research partnerships, not speculative clients. I've been working in archaeological documentation and digital heritage since 2011. I'm an FAA Part 107 certified remote pilot and an instructor at the University of Wyoming, where I teach digital humanities, digital preservation, and immersive media, including a J-term course in Oaxaca, Mexico, this upcoming January of 2026. The image here shows me teaching LiDAR-based digital preservation at the Nelchi Center through the School of Computing. iSTEMart also collaborates with experienced learning designers and immersive media specialists who provide full-dome projection mapping and archaeological field support. This isn't theoretical, it's an active applied work happening now. Before I talk about the funding request, I want to briefly situate this work within my prior research and grant experience. Over the past decade, I've served as principal investigator and professional collaborator on federally funded and foundational supported projects, including multiple National Science Foundation Awards, Mellon Foundation support, Department of Defense funded immersive technology, and research and cultural heritage projects tied to the Rio Verde Archaeology Project. This experience spans research design, field documentation, immersive media production, and grant reporting, and it directly informs how iSTEMart operates today. In other words, this proposal builds on work I've already been doing at scale, now formalized into a compliant, sustainable company model. This request supports the acquisition of a fully operational NDAA-compliant UAV LiDAR system required for federally compliant aerial documentation work. New NDAA restrictions enacted in December 2024 significantly limit the use of non-compliant drones on public-funded projects, making this transition essential. Funds will be used to purchase a professional UAV-mounted LiDAR sensor and NDAA-compliant medium-lift drone platform, required integration hardware, and FAA-approved remote ID, and flight batteries necessary for field deployment. All requested items are infrastructure only and represent the minimum configuration required for legal professional operation. The total request of $49,998 enables immediate compliance for client-ready service delivery and positions the project for future grants, contracts, and earned revenue sustainability. This investment supports the creation of Wyoming-based high-skilled labor force in geospatial imaging, digital documentation, and compliant UAV operations. Over the next 5 years, this project is projected to support up to 10 full-time high-wage positions, including UAV LiDAR pilots, geospatial and LiDAR data analysts, digital imaging and 3D documentation specialists, and project managers for federally funded cultural and scientific projects. These roles are projected at $90,000 to $120,000 plus annual salaries, aligning with Wyoming's goals to grow knowledge-based technology